Hi guys, we're once again back with an exclusive, as you know, as we say, Dubai. Dubai, a haven on earth and a heaven on earth, undoubtedly uniting the world's industries, lifestyles, platforms, businesses, all aspects happening here right from Dubai. And yet with another exclusive, we have here the Dubai Air Show. Indeed, one of the largest multi-platforms since its opening. Today's headlines on the second day, we hit $196 billion worth of revenue with the world's, airlines industries here. And again, we're sitting here with another thriving airline. Needn't need to speak too much about it. Let the executives do it for themselves. But I would like to formally say Qatar. Qatar Airways, Qatar International Airways, always heard of it, the flag carrier of Qatar, and undoubtedly an exclusive airline in itself as well, and a huge participant and another ordership within the manufacturers from its revenue sales from yesterday. I'd like to introduce one of the vice presidents, Mr. Roberto, who will be interacting with us, and we're in, actually, you'll notice, in one of their exclusive, I think, private jets here as well. Absolutely. So always bringing you the best. Hi, Roberto.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, very well, thank you.
How are you feeling with the air show here in Dubai?
Loving it. Very positive, very good feedback, and also nice to be able to show one of our aircraft off from the subsidiary Qatar Executive, which is from the main flagship, Qatar Airways. And as you can see from this particular aircraft, we're starting to expand within the region. We also fly quite a lot internationally with these private jets.
Okay.
Demand is increasing rapidly. We're seeing that happen within the region, and we hope that we can maintain and sustain our standards within the region.
I always say it's about maintaining and sustaining a brand rather than launching it. And I said that one of the awards platform as well. There we go. Another confirmation. You just mentioned there, Roberto, about it carries, all around the world. You've got a lot of people utilizing this private jet. Tell me some of the high profile personalities in what it's used for and who use it, and what are your general, shall we say, customers for this?
We have a lot of, it goes from politicians to the Royal Highnesses flying it.
Okay.
We also have celebrities that are flying that want to be discreet, that don't want the general public to know who they are and where they're flying to and from, that they tend to use it because it's so much easier. We also have a lot of the business clientele going, it's flying in a private jet is not just the luxury of it, it's also the utilization and it's the access of time. Because you do not have to go through all the functions of a normal airport, you can go through customs immigrations fairly quickly, get onto your private jet, and then go off to your destination. So you can set up, for example, in the Middle East, 3-4 meetings in 3 different countries and attend to those very, very quickly at a convenience for yourself as well.
Cost-wise, what is an average businessman looking at? I mean, how would it work? Tell us, how would you give the service from beginning to end? Like you just said that it cuts out all the airports that we do with the high-profile lifestyles that we live, platinum, actually with, one of the, again, another leading airline. But you tell me about yourself. What are your rewards? What are your packages from the normal passenger to your elite? We're on the elite now, so...
We're very much on the elite, and what we try and do is make it very seamless for them. So from the time they send us their itinerary, we like to get a quote back to them within the 2 hours, and they then decide, okay, we would like to leave, and we can get a jet to you within 4 hours.
Okay,
subject to availability, 4 hours. A jet to you within 4 hours going to a destination. Once we've got you on the aircraft itself, we've managed to get all the necessary permits, the necessary documents, and hopefully the passengers flying with the necessary documents as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then we've got the onboard facility, which is, again, extremely popular and very well trained staff. The captain, this aircraft comes with a captain and a co-pilot. Right. And it also comes with a flight attendant, and of course she gives the super
just
5-star. Just the one.
Just the one flight attendant.
We find that it's ample. This aircraft that we're sitting on actually seats 13 passengers.
Okay.
But we never normally sell it to full capacity.
Okay.
It's normally when we've got the average number of passengers is 6 on this aircraft that fly it at any one time. It's for the comfort, and it's also for the benefits of using a business jet.
Hiring it, what are your costs? On a domestic average, and an international destination.
Let's look at a Dubai to London. You're looking at approximately $145,000.
Okay.
If it's a 7.5 hour flight.
Yep.
If I'm doing a Dubai to Singapore, 7 hours 45. So fairly quick aircraft as well, flying at 0.82 Mach. Altitude of 41,000 feet. So very comfortable for the passengers because you're above all the turbulence, you're above everything else. and you're looking at approximately a price of $148,000.
Right, 148,000 on a normal average international
that's
flight.
right.
His Highness's vision for Qatar, in Qatar. Tell us, where do you fit it, and about the vision? What would you like to expand on Qatar? Where do you see yourself in the future? Where do you see yourself, within the leading industry?
Well, the main thing that we do is we look after the client. Client is always number one.
Absolutely.
And so we always want to maintain this hospitality and the friendliness of the Qatari people, and try and bring more of that on board.
Absolutely.
The other thing is we're trying to expand on a global basis. So hopefully soon we'll start expanding to the new markets, as well as develop the local markets. We've in a way neglected the local markets.
Okay.
But we've realized that there's the need for it. Of course, trying to maintain the bottom end line, you've got to go where the business is.
And it's not, I'd like to say, Rob, it doesn't mean neglection as in a neglection in the general public. Indeed, it's just prioritizing what needs to come and who needs to be fitted in. So I thought I'd just correct it before before we start thinking that, we don't care, but we care, and it's about always helping, supporting, assisting the clientele, whether it's like from scratch, from the normal passenger to the high elite profile individuals. Sorry, so
absolutely.
as you were saying, so the vision of His Highness, where do you see that for Qatar? Because obviously you've got the FIFA, you've got a lot of things coming.
We've got a lot of, there's a lot of events happening in Qatar.
Yeah, indeed.
So we're bringing a lot of prominent people from the region, from international points. We've got a lot of business development going on as well. So once you have all this coming in, besides people wanting to use the beautiful services of Qatar Airways, they're wanting to also have the privileges of flying on an executive jet.
Sure.
So we have a lot of potential, a lot of growth in the pipeline. We've had a lot of changes just recently as well in the company, so we are kind of finding our feet, where we want to go, putting plans forward, and then we will see what His Highness would like us to do. Absolutely. And how we can promote the services and hopefully become one of the top world private jet operators.
Well, there you go. Uniting the GCC, HKSZ.TV, always bringing you with HKSZ, the exclusive from Dubai, the UAE and the GCC, as you've seen from all the episodes to date as well, viewers. Before I carry on and give you a detour tour on all the aircrafts that today Qatar have to offer, your interaction in Dubai, what do you have to say about Dubai? Because the concept's about Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the vision, and giving global opportunities. And therefore, henceforth, we've got an opportunity here with the Dubai Air Show and everybody's interacting.
Correct.
So what would you like to say to the message for international community, businessmen, passengers, diplomats, dignitaries, celebrities, because they're all on our show, all alike, about Dubai in a whole?
What I would like to say is come and have a look at the products. There's a vast variety of products out here on the marketplace. So you have the opportunity to have a good look at the products.
Absolutely, from a product,
make a decision,
point of
and
view.
absolutely from product perspective. From a service perspective, we let it talk itself.
Absolutely, speak volumes. There's the actions.
This is it has been an amazing event for us.
Yep.
The interaction between our customer base, direct customers, our colleagues that are working on the ground, from brokers to suppliers, has been phenomenal, and I think this has been a very beneficial show for us as well.
Thank you very much, Roberto, for for your interaction here this morning. It's been fantastic. It's been great to talk to you. There you go. Talking about from a product perspective point of view, Qatar Airways, a leading, shall we say, airline here in the GCC as well as Dubai and on an international scale. At the Dubai Air Show, Nasir interacting with you to bring you always the best. There we go. As we say, lifestyles, luxury, commercial, consumer, art, culture, civilization, all happening here from Dubai. We say Dubai, a heaven on earth and a haven for businessmen, like you say. Which category do you think that Qatar and yourself fit in? The haven or the heaven?
The heaven.
The heaven. There you go. Dubai, the heaven on earth with Qatar Airways. Stay tuned. Let's take a detour. And as I said, we've got all the other aircrafts. This is the private jet. And let's take a walk around and see what's happening. Roberto, why don't you take us around? incidents that you recall where you handled very well, maybe turbulence, maybe, bad weather, as they say, coming in. You see this all the time in the documentaries, being under pressure and thinking, oh my God, how am I going to do this? Any of those moments you'd like to share with us or all your viewers when they're watching Qatar and in your career?
Not really. I mean, with this airplane, we can fly so high, we can be above the weather, so it makes our job.
It's going to be a little loud as we go past the air
no problem. We've got
conditioning,
the air condition on. We're obviously within the private jet. As you can see, the luxury. You can sit here from your seat, enjoy yourself like we do as Platinum members without mentioning, or shall we say, branding, because at the moment the branding's for Qatar. There we go, guys.
As you've seen, this is how we would actually set up a dining table.
Okay.
This can also then be converted. After you've been dining, we could actually put the table down and we could actually set up a nice double bed here as well for you.
So there you go. So this actual table can actually convert into a double bed. So once your dining's done, it's like a little bedroom and all facilities flying around with you international. So this table will disappear and a bed will come, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Another nice feature is just behind you, we have a TV screen.
There we go.
So
we got
when
a
you're
TV.
doing a business meeting, if you have any business customers on board,
Okay.
they can actually plug in a USB stick and you can do the presentations as well on the TV.
Okay,
so
so
it's
you
a
got your
nice
presentation.
so doing business on board while going from maybe one meeting to another meeting,
Okay.
you can actually continue your meeting on the actual aircraft.
There we go. As well as being aeromobile, as they say, you can always present, do your presentations, and have your office in the skies flying with you, so you're losing not time. Fast-growing industry, as they say, without
Absolutely.
doubt.
As
Right,
you
here
see
we are.
This is what the bedroom would be set up. This is the quietest part of the aircraft when
Okay.
flying.
Quietest part, right at the end.
So this is pretty much how a bed would be set up. A client could come on board. He says he just wants to eat.
Okay.
He would like to then go to sleep. Please set the bed up. So we would prepare this bed for him, and then as soon as he's had his dinner, he's ready to go to sleep. Wake up at his destination. Let's, for example, say Singapore. He's ready and fresh for his next meeting.
Safety regulations. Like usually they say fasten your seatbelts. How would you say that when going to sleep? You're dealing with His Highness or a dignitary here. Now, how would you tell him 35,000 feet above sea level that it's turbulence?
The same way we would do it on the normal main line.
Okay.
Safety comes first.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure he would appreciate that he is also incurred, he's being told to take care of
Being
himself.
looked after, and we have to
Absolutely.
take care of him first. Absolutely.
So
there
safety
you go.
always first.
As I said, I'll drop it in there because the least we want anybody to think that you can come in and just lie down, and that we're not sacrificing aviation, shall we say, safety here. So the rules, the regulations apply no matter what. You're sleeping, you
Exactly.
fasten your belts, air turbulence, absolutely secure, right?
Absolutely.
There you go, at your
100%.
service. So you get the slippers, right, to walk around as well. There we go. You got your night suits, I believe, right, Roberto?
Correct, absolutely.
Absolutely correct.
And then you have your toiletry bags as well, which
Okay.
are full of the usual products that you have.
There we go. We got
So you're fresh and you're
you got your
arriving at your
you got your
destination.
freshness bags as well,
This-
and fresh up before your.
So you have your gentleman's bag and you have your ladies'
I was
bag
just
as
gonna
well.
say, there's your gents,
And that
there's
is your ladies.
female, and it's not together unless you're husband and wife, right?
Exactly.
Unless it's executively booked for other reasons. Okay, there we go. We've got a.
And this is actually, you can close the doors as well, so it is totally secluded.
Okay,
so this is considered as a bedroom as such.
this door would actually
You
close.
would close the
So you
door.
got your privacy. You're away from everything else. You're fresh to arrive at your destination. Right, basically we're still here at the bedroom, and then if you're feeling a bit showerish or you want to use your, private washrooms, here we go. Executive washroom in the back.
Absolutely.
I think we can't all fit in there, but one by one we'll try, and we'll get the camera in there as well. Actually, Robert, let me get in there because I might pick up something. You sure these are not all gold plated?
They are not gold plated, unfortunately.
Because the last thing you want is when a passenger leaves, you find one of these are gone.
No, it's absolutely very comfortable.
Come with me, Robert. Come in. Let them shoot in, and then they can take the visual in a minute. What's happening? What's the seating for?
Well, the seating can be used for a takeoff and landing.
Okay.
If you have an additional passenger or there's something happening, there's a seat belt in place as well, so you can use it. Flight attendant would normally sit in there.
Okay.
If there was a second flight attendant.
Okay.
So you can actually have
All right.
But it is a normal seat for takeoff and landing.
We'll sneak in somebody.
Absolutely.
Put your belt on, we're landing.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
And then just behind us, we have access to the luggage compartment as
sure.
well. So
okay, so they've still got a luggage compartment as well.
So should your client leave a jersey, a jumper, a
wow.
laptop or
There we
anything
go.
else, they have access during the
Want to
flight.
zoom in, guys, on a close-up there. There's more space at the back, so it's not as small as it actually looks. It's actually well combined. You've got the washroom, you've got a little seat here. I'm going to get the camera to come in a second. I'll push back, and we'll obviously take some footage, and you'll see that independently as well with close-ups. But here we are, HKSZ, bringing you exclusive, intimate footage of what's happening around the world, the GCC. Stay tuned. Right, guys, I've got Captain Niels here with me from the aircraft of the private jet. We're still on the Qatar Airways. We're on the other side now. Niels, how long you been with Qatar? How long you been flying?
I've been with Qatar Executive for 4.5 years.
Okay.
And I've been flying for the last 20 years.
20 years. And how do you find flying this, shall we say, mean machine around the world?
It's very nice. It gives great experiences. We see a lot of the world, and it's a great flying airplane.
You must be flying with a lot of executives and dignitaries and royal families, etc. How do you find that? Do you find it under pressure? Do you find it good?
It's very good. It's a rewarding experience. I get to know a lot of very nice people, and it's been a great experience.
Anything you'd like to say as a captain that's flying around? Any incidents that you recall where you handled very well? Maybe turbulence, maybe bad weather, as they say, coming in. You see this all the time in the documentaries.
Yeah.
Being under pressure and thinking, oh my God, how am I going to do this? Any of those moments you'd like to share with us or all your viewers when they're watching Qatar and in your career?
Not really. I mean, with this airplane, we can fly so high, we can be above the weather, so it makes our job so much easier.
Okay.
And it works really well. They're new aircraft, so we don't really have many problems with them. And it's been a very rewarding experience.
How many hours of experience do you have? How many hours of flying on your belt?
I have a little bit over 8,000 hours.
There we go, 8,000 hours, and it's a lot of mileage. And obviously, you work the stripes up, as they say. We'll interact on the actual aviation on another one. And there we go. We got the cockpit in front of us, the small. We're coming to an end of this one, but we're going to take you to the Qatar other aircraft. Guys, as they say, cabin crew prepare for departure on the door slides and cross checks. Thank you. Here we are. We are in the actual cockpit where it all happens from above sea level, thousands and thousands of miles above. And you got Neil here, professionals like him, always with due diligence, who are taking you around the world in security. This is obviously a cockpit. We're sitting here with Neil, interacting with you from the Dubai Air Show. This is the private Jet Air One, and this is where it all happens from. They say, regardless whoever's at the back there, the captain is in command once this baby is in motion. Am I correct in saying that, Neil?
That's absolutely correct. Yes.
No matter what, you're not taking any other instructions?
No.
It's your responsibility from ground to sky, from sky to ground, to make sure that they're all intact and that you bring them to a safe destination.
From pre-flight until we shut the engines down and leave the airplane.
Any such mishaps, any such pressures that you may have felt in your career where you've had to handle on your own?
Well, no. I mean, it's pretty routine what we do, and the airplane works really well.
Excellent.
Yes.
Well, guys, this is one of it, Been always a passion in aviation with a few hours under my belt, but obviously we've got Neil here in the cockpit of the little baby, the executive jet that flies around the world with dignitaries. Neil, pleasure meeting you. Thank you very much for your interaction. Thank you very much for our little tour in the cockpit, and hopefully we'll make you the star captain of our show and have you around the world. We'll also send you some of this footage for your most probably Yahoo, Twitter, Facebook that you may want to share with your friends. And once again, guys, Captain Neil's wonderful individual, beautiful experience that we've had here. Stay tuned, a lot more coming from Qatar. and the Dubai Air Show with Nasir, exclusively here, bringing you the best, always as committed. Right, guys, as you know, we're interacting with the Dreamliner 787 Dreamliner. Here we've got one of the representatives of Qatar, Niti. Niti, how long you been? Welcome to the HKSZ show, firstly.
I just have recently joined the company. It's been 4 months, but it's very nice. Here we are presenting 787. It's Dreamliner. It's amazing. Like, it's a business class, as you can see.
Yeah, guys, as you know, we're at the Dubai Air Show, and at the moment we're going into the Dreamliner 787. That's right. As you know, guys, we're interacting here at the Dubai Show. You can see all the aircrafts behind me as well. Red carpets, dignitaries, VIPs, professionals, you name it, all here happening in Dubai. At the moment, we're going on to Qatar's Dreamliner Boeing 787. We're going to give you an interaction from the cockpit to the tail with its crew, from its business class, from its first class, and all the services that it has to offer prior to moving on to the other jets and main happenings here of the Dubai Air Show. Coming on to the Dreamliner 787, usually we say Bismillah Rahman Rahim always before going into the skies, because you never know what's coming your way. But here we're on board, but we're halted. We're actually on the ground. It's one of their new launches here at the Dubai Air Show. And as we said, $196 billion already from the first day of opening, and today's the second day of interaction at the Dubai Air Show. Well, we're going to take a tour. We can see the cabin crew all here. We ready for departure, gentlemen?
Absolutely.
There we go. We're ready for departure, so I think we should crack on, take a quick tour and fasten our seatbelts. Right, guys, as you know, we're here with the Dubai International Air Show. Once again, broken records, 196 billion at the moment. We're in, as you know, interacting with Qatar. This is the 787 Boeing Dreamliner on display here and ready for departure, as they say. We've got tours coming up, exclusive tours within here. We're going to take you for a little detour around the cabin, and we're obviously going to pick up a cabin crew member here as well. So let's interact with one of them, walk around and see the services that they have to offer, because these are the services that you get 37 or 40,000 feet above sea level. Right, guys, as you know, we're interacting with the Dreamliner 787 Dreamliner. Here we've got one of the representatives of Qatar, Niti. Niti, how long you been? Welcome to the HKSZ show, firstly.
I just have recently joined the company. It's been 4 months, but it's very nice. Here we are presenting 787. It's Dreamliner. It's amazing. Like, it's a business class, as you can see. And we have some like different features in the seat itself.
Are you a cabin crew for business class? Or generally?
No, I'm economy cabin crew.
Economy, okay, but you obviously they do shift changings, right?
Yes, of course.
Okay, and how long you been in the aviation industry overall? Is this your first job, or
no,
you've been
it's
in
not
flying?
my first job. This is my 7th year.
Okay.
I've already flown 6 years, so.
Okay. Right, guys, we've got the senior manager, Madonna. She's about to start a presentation in the tour of Qatar Airways and the new Dreamliner 787 Boeing. Welcome to the show, Madonna.
Thank you, Nasir.
I will let you get on with the presentation, then we can carry on with the clips thereafter. Guys, listen to Madonna. She's got all clued on, and here we go.
All right, great. Okay, everyone, welcome aboard the Qatar Airways Boeing 787 Dreamliner. You are on one of the most sophisticated airplanes flying today. My counterpart Jeff from Boeing is going to describe a little bit more about the technical aspects of the aircraft, and then I'm going to tell you what Qatar Airways did to make it so special. Jeff?
Hi everyone. For those of you who know a little bit about the Dreamliner, it's a very, as Madonna said, it's really a revolutionary plane. It's completely cutting edge. And I'm from the marketing team, and so I'm going to speak to you in more terms of what this means for the passenger. The Dreamliner is a really unique plane in that it has been engineered to make, when you boil it all down, it's all about allowing the customer to feel much better when they arrive at their destination. And there's a lot of factors that all come together to make that the case. And I'll tell you a little bit about it. The really unique thing about this airplane is it's made largely from composite material, and that really sets it apart from the other planes you see out there. And the fuselage is actually made in a whole drum piece, and it's made in Japan, and then we actually ship it over or fly it over using a special aircraft that we built just for the purpose. And then we construct it together, put it all together in Everett. But the composite fuselage allows us to do a lot of really unique things. One of the things is it enables us to pressurize the cabin at a lower altitude, so at around 6,000 feet, which makes a big difference to how the passenger feels. It also allows us to have more moisture in the air, so it's about 20% more moisture in the air. Together with an advanced filtration system means that you have a much cleaner air environment, which makes a huge difference. Also, you'll see, one of the things you notice the most is the open architecture. So if you look at the windows are the biggest windows in any commercial aircraft. So they're significantly bigger, they're also higher. Again, it's the composite fuselage that allows us to have this unique feature. Now, if you put that together with this really open architecture, I hope you all agree that there's a real sense of open space.
Taking you around the Dream Airliner and presentation currently going on the 787.
Give you a much more enjoyable flight experience. The other thing you'll notice about the windows is that they don't have any mechanical shades.
It's actually going into the presentation about the windows, which are right beside you, and that they're larger than normal. If you have a look over here as well, larger windows that are carrying on.
About a minute to run the cycle, and after a minute it'll be like this window here, so it's completely clear.
So from blue to clear.
This is at its dark stage.
So Boeing made a great aircraft, and Qatar Airways made it even better. So anyone know what the #1 fear of flying is? Where are you going to put your bag? So on the 787, no, you're fine. There's enough room for every single passenger to have a wheelie on board, which anybody travel knows how important that is. They've done a wonderful job. And what Qatar Airways did was make it even better. You're all in the business class section now, so I want you to play with the buttons. I want you to try out the seats and even go down into the flatbed. When business class passengers get on board, they need to do 4 things. Usually they need to finish work. Quite often they're hungry because they probably only got a rotten sandwich during the day. They want to relax and they want to sleep. So we have designed the entire business class suite to meet those needs. So let's talk about work. You can pull out the table in front of you and go ahead, pull it out, and it opens up into a full desk area. You have connectivity on board, so you're wireless if you need to catch up on email. You can plug your USBs in, you can charge in your laptop. You can use the 17-inch screen monitor as a monitor for your iPad. You can also plug your iPod in. So from a workspace perspective, this is a really great area. And if you're like me, I have my laptop open, my music on, and I have to have space for my Diet Pepsi and my cashew nuts. And this is where you do it right next to you. I don't know if anyone's ever spilt their drink on another passenger, but you understand that that's really very important. Next, eat. Everyone used to say there's no such thing as good airline food. Well, Qatar Airways has, we've dispelled that misnomer. We have a fantastic menu with 4 world-renowned chefs and a master sommelier, and the food on our aircraft, our airplanes, is absolutely wonderful. And I have the 10 extra pounds to prove it. It's a great menu. And you would have heard of some of the chefs like Nobu or Tom Aikens from the UK or Vineet. So it's a fantastic menu and a great dining experience and really tailored to the passenger, having the passenger in mind. So from eating, then you have relaxing. So I mentioned the 17-inch square TV, or not almost square, 17-inch screen, and our in-flight entertainment system has over 1,000 choices. That includes latest TV shows, movies in the theater, documentaries, games. If anyone has kids, games. It's very important to keep children occupied, and the bin will fit 2 very bad children. So just in case. Next is sleeping. So who tried the bed? Who's the tallest person here? You might be quite tall. The flatbed lays down to 172 centimeters. We put it on a proper mattress, duvet, pillow. We have a wonderful sleep set. And let me see. We even have great pajamas. These are mine. Do not take them home with you. And so we've really tried to make accommodations for whatever the passengers' needs are. And so here we have the business class suite. We also have some special features in economy as well. But what I'm going to do is let you divide up, and some of you go into the cockpit, and some of you come back into economy with me, and we can take a tour of the aircraft. You can take some photos and talk to our pilots and our engineers. Okay? All right.
We're still obviously continuing our tour, as Madonna had just given an introduction, and we were just listening to all the facilities. If you look at those windows here, look at these ones. The blue, they change color, obviously. Sunlight protection from coming to clarity. It's basically state-of-the-art technology that's being used in the 21st century. Moving down, you've got a massive desk here. We've got some local gentlemen visiting the aircraft as well here. Assalamu alaikum. كيف حالك? They've come to obviously on the Dubai Air Show here as well, guys. If we want to move down, we'll move on. This is a small area, as we saw from where we came in. You got 2 passengers who want to be totally isolated, I'd say. They've got 2 seats here in a special way of this new Boeing, which is not usually normal. And coming through right the way through, going to economy. These are the seats here. Right, guys, we're here actually in the cockpit of the 787, the new Boeing. We're with the captain, Captain Hassan, who's taking us through 25 years of experience, but he's only 23 years old. So, alhamdulillah, that speaks volumes for itself. if you look at the whole of the aircraft, designed with the same modifications with the outside and internal infrastructure, but obviously space always counts with an economy as well. And beautiful. I mean, that's all I can say. With the 21st century technology being used and utilized in the right manner within the cosmos and everything that's there. Guys, here we are bringing you with the latest with Nasir from HKSZ, exclusively interacting with you in Dubai. Always bringing you as Dubai, a haven and heaven on earth on HKSZ, and of course its associated partners and broadcasters all over who would like to thank as well before it going on to our HKSZ.tv. We're walking down, as you can see, the aisle of a parked aircraft at the Dubai Air Show with one of their latest brand new, shall we say, fleets, and obviously we've got a lot more in store. Walking around from, shall we say, the kitchen area, guys. This is where you get serviced from, and obviously, you know, we're preparing for landing. This is where your crew will sit. You've got the emergency exit doors. Brand new fleet, as you can see, brand new aircraft. And as we can see here, obviously, I'll get one of the guys to come here. There we go. As it goes, we're just coming to the end of our tour with Qatar Airways on their Dreamliner. I'm here with Mr. Tawfiq as well. Mr. Tawfiq is actually, Mr. Tawfiq, what do you do here on the aircraft? Introduce yourself, please.
Yeah, my name is Tawfiq. I am the engineer of the aircraft, ANC engineer.
How long have you been with Qatar for? How long have you been an engineer in aviation?
In aviation, I am 20 years old completed as an engineer, and in Qatar Airways, I'm almost 13 years now.
Any problems ever that you've had to do in the skies?
Skies.
Like any civil, any engineering problems, or any kind of scene that you remember that you've had to, you know, take care of as an engineer?
No, actually, we are working on the ground, so we are engineers on ground. During flight, the crew is taking care.
Okay, so you work solely on the ground?
Yes.
Okay, so we've got Tawfiq here from Qatar Airways, actually the engineer, and he's a ground engineer. Ever had interaction from the skies to the ground?
What do you mean by?
Like sometimes when in the skies they are unable to handle it, they contact an engineer on the ground.
We have different section. I am handling the aircraft only when they are in ground. They have another section in Qatar Airways who's handling the aircraft during flight or outside stations.
We have Tawfiq here from the ground engineer of the tour that we're doing at the Dubai International Air Show, as we know, guys. So thank you very much, Tawfiq. Nowadays, the aviation industry is so fast growing. You've got screens fitted into every aircraft, and obviously it's the one most thriving. You've got 500 to 1,000 movies on demand, interaction, games for your children, and anything else that you can possibly imagine. As you know, we're in one of the Dreamliners 787, one of the new Boeing fleets.
If you haven't had a chance to see the cockpit,
So
now would be a good time to come up to the front of the aircraft.
Now we're going to go down to the front of the aircraft and interact with some of the captains and see what's happening at the front there. Let's go to the cockpit, guys. Right, guys, we're going into the cockpit. Why don't we say hello to the captain here? Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you, Mr. Hassan Al-Mahmoud? Right, Hassan, how are you?
I'm good so far.
Tell us about this baby, this Bean Machine. Tell us about your cockpit, what you do, your flying experience. How long have you been flying?
I've been flying almost right now about like somewhere about like 25 years, but my age is only about like 23 years. So don't ask me what is my age. I'm sure that, I mean, like they give you some introduction about passenger-wise. So right now you are most welcome to our cockpit-wise.
Okay.
I mean, like where it is, I mean, like our office.
So you're so young, so you've been, you know, you look, mashallah, alhamdulillah, glowing. Is that all the fresh fruits and all the water and all the special service they give you in the cockpit here?
It could be.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you're
That's
glowing,
definitely-
alhamdulillah. That's very
definitely.
unique.
I mean, like, of course, I mean, like, company as is, I mean, like, will be looking after us. I mean, like, no matter, of course, I mean, like, even like the aircraft manufacturer, I mean, like, they will be looking at us, I mean, like, to give us a nice environment. And as you can see from here, I mean, like, it's very easy. I mean, like, we can talk where it is very quiet environment. Where, I mean, like, if you want to compare it to the other aircraft.
Right. So is this where you say, when you're all ready to go, cabin crew, prepare for departure on the door slides and cross checks, yeah?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like, we don't need to shout like the others because, I mean, like, the other aircraft is quite, I mean, like, might be a bit noisy. With this one, it's nicely environment.
Yeah. Tell us a bit about the aircraft. Why don't you come and please take a seat in your position?
All right.
I'll sit on
Sure.
this side. Right, guys, we're here actually in the cockpit of the 7 787. The new Boeing. We're with the captain, Captain Hassan, who's taking us through 25 years of experience, but he's only 23 years old. So, alhamdulillah, that speaks volumes for itself. Here's the mean machine. This is not, shall we say, anything other than the real cockpit. So tell us, Captain, tell us about, how you feel. Tell us about your aircraft here.
Okay, I mean, when we were talking about this aircraft, it's completely, different than all other aircraft in a way of system-wise.
Why is it different?
It's okay. They improve it in a way of they are using much more into electrical stuff.
Okay.
Where it is all the other aircraft, they are using the hydraulic, pneumatic, so many others. Where if in case for a quick turnaround, in case of malfunction, whatever, that it might take a bit longer than this one if anything happened. And this one is, when we are changing into the electrical, we get much more feature we can put.
Really?
Yes.
So obviously you're saying in the competition, which is what you're air showing here at the Dubai Air Show, that with this aircraft it's more electrical than the hydraulic, where they're running hydraulic systems in comparison. You're saying that you've got more control in your, shall we say, systems?
Yes, we do have actually. They improve. On this aircraft, the things, Boeing, they kept all their aircraft as typically, from inside right here. If I bring any other Boeing from the 73 or from 76 or from 777, if they come and visit the cockpit, they will only see as we are having only a big screen. But as it is, in fact, they kept it as very simple. Same as the others, because once we are, in the training, it's very easy, to keep it very simple,
Sure.
all the others. But behind, it's completely, it's changed, where it is, really, in a way, if they change it to a better way.
So there we go. We've got one of the latest, shall we say, electrical systems, something new in the aviation industry as well, especially made for Qatar Airways here by, shall we say, Boeing. Beautiful, as you can see, guys. We're ready to take off. So obviously, ready to go, Captain. Would you like to say anything to your viewers about your system? You were going to say something. Go for it.
I'll just, as you can see, guys, right here, the display right here.
The display is beautiful.
Yeah.
It's very different.
It's completely, if we compare it to the other aircraft, we have a bigger screen. All of them, everyone is 5 screen, and we can play with it. We can play with the screen in a way of playing the screen. It's moving the screen, dividing the screen. As you can see that, I can move this one to here with just one click.
Okay, so you have 3 screens on a computer system. You can interact with all 3 screens, bring that over here, and take this over there. Fantastic.
And I can even divide this one. It's all up to what I want.
Okay.
So it's giving me all it's much different than normal aircraft. Normal aircraft, they get all the old type of analog of
That's right.
instruments. You can do anything with that instruments. With this aircraft, they put so much features in it. As you can see, a moving map, and it will be displayed. Right now, it's very easy for us. To see where is our position, how to taxi in, how to taxi out.
Okay.
They put so much features in it. You won't be able to see it. For us,
Sure. So basically, it's the state of the art. You've got a state of the art.
That's a new stuff right here, where it is, for us as a pilot, all the normal aircraft, on the approach or on the takeoff, we keep looking inside and outside, inside and outside. With this aircraft, with this feature, we don't need to look inside.
Okay.
We can just only look outside, because it will display all the information right here. It's just right here.
On your screens?
Yeah, you can have a look.
Okay, all right. Yes, absolutely.
So
So
right
all my
now-
screen is basically, right, rather than looking down and keeping of your navigation systems, you've got everything in front of you. So obviously you've got the visual, because the visual's very important when you're flying, but at the same time, you've got everything that you need at your eyes, at your disposal.
Definitely.
Fantastic.
And the other things is, of course, the fastest aircraft as a commercial wise.
Fastest aircraft is a commercial wise as well.
Yes, and of course, fuel consumption, about at least 20% less than the normal same size.
There we go, guys. HKSZ bringing you the latest with Captain Hassan here. He's talked to you about the latest that's happening in technology-wise, electrical-wise. You've got all the visions here at his eyesight without having to do too many movements. Okay, guys, we're finishing off here at the Qatar display of the air show at Dubai with Captain Hassan, and it's been obviously a remarkable and a wonderful tour in total with all the latest technology. Is there anything you'd like to say, Captain Hassan?
I'll just say have a safe flight, and it will be nice to see you on board.
Inshallah, never flown Qatar, but after meeting you, I think I'm going to have to come on board with you one day.
Definitely, sir.
I'll have to record you, get permission from His Highness and record you all the way in the skies.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. Thank you very much indeed. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Wish you all the best. Right, guys, bringing you the latest here with HKSZ.TV and entertainments exclusively with our broadcasters here in Dubai. Dubai International Air Show already with $126 billion worth of revenue in orders given to Boeing. As you can see, we got the World Fleet and the World Airlines all here at your disposal. To A380s, to 787 and private jets from all industries and airlines and flagships around the world. That's right, exclusively being brought to you from Nasir in Dubai, UAE. Dubai, a haven and heaven on earth, enlarging and promoting the vision of His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum and all the visions globally with all your dignitaries, celebrities and royals at exclusively HKSZ. That's Nasir coming to you from the Dubai Air Show at HKSZ.TV. You want to email me with a concept or an idea, you can email us at info@HKSZ.TV. Log on to HKSZ.TV or write to me personally, Nasir at HKSZ.TV.